Set in idyllic countryside, I'm here on Duck Lane to see a property that I'm just so excited about. In fact, it used to be the local manor house, dating back from the 14th century. It's got 7 bedrooms, 3 stories, just oozing with character. I am loving it. I'm going to get inside.
This property is Grade 2 listed and has seen many changes throughout the years.
Well, this room would originally have been the Great Hall, opening up into the big roof space. Imagine how grand that would have been. Certainly seen better days. Look at this old panelling here. Look at it. It's got an ingle nook over here. You've got these beautiful old original beams. It's no surprise, bearing in mind the age of the house and all these amazing features, that this property is listed.
So the renovation is going to have to be carefully planned, and the house does need a lot of work. For a start, in the living room, the floorboards will have to be replaced. And that kitchen could do with more than just a good sweep. The house is full of character, though, and down every corridor there's another room with inspiring possibilities. Even the downstairs toilet has period wooden features. And upstairs is a maze of great-sized rooms.
This really is all so higgledy-piggledy upstairs. Lots of doors and corridors, sloping floors. Now, this here is the huge tie beam. It would have been exposed over the Great Hall. It would have arced its way over. And over here, you've got the brace, which is enormous. Now, this would have been carved out of a massive piece of timber. There's actually a matching one on the other side. I could spend hours wandering around here. It's just so special.
I've completely fallen in love with this property. It's beautiful, but not everywhere. Take a look at what's lurking out back.
Hey, babe, take a walk on the wild side. Said, hey, babe, take a walk on the wild side.
Well, if the house alone isn't enough for you, you also get 3 acres of land. There's a paddock, an old orchard, loads of outbuildings, and literally hundreds of old fiberglass baths dumped in the garden. Look at them. Now, if you don't... I love this house. It has character and history, and it sits on this amazing plot near a lovely village. But it is a huge project and a listed building. So renovating this won't be straightforward.
Mary-Ann is a London-based property developer, but this house isn't going to be just another project. She plans to make it her new home.
So why did you want to buy this?
Well, my parents live just up the road, and they've had the place since I was 9, and I spent most of my childhood in the area.
So for years you must have walked past this house, looking at it fondly?
I've always loved the house, always loved it.
So as Mary-Ann and her husband got married just across the road, by the sounds of it, this property has found its perfect match.
When I fall in love, it will be forever.
It was my childhood in the area, and I got married just up the road about 3.5 years ago, literally diagonally opposite.
She is now a property developer and was going to need all her expertise to turn this old farm into her new dream home.
Living in the city ain't never been my idea of getting it on.
How did she get on? We caught up with her 1 year later to find out.
Before your big chance is gone.
As you can see, it's not exactly finished just yet, but appearances can be deceiving. In fact, a huge amount of effort has gone into a very sensitive renovation, mainly on the beautiful woodwork throughout.
We realised that the woodwork on the doors, that was amazing. We could keep those, we could work with them. And as we cleared up the other elements of the woodwork, you can see the dais beams, and uncovering those and the beautiful detail in those, that was really exciting.
As the house is Grade 2 listed, Mary-Ann has had to liaise closely with the local conservation office. They have had to approve every single detail of the renovation.
Don't say maybe, don't say no. Say this is it.
We're using a lot of the traditional lime mortar lath and plaster materials where we're actually repairing works. And when we have been able to get new, and we've gone for local oak as much as...
Mary Ann has also been busy adding ensuite bathrooms to some of the bedrooms upstairs, so no need to run down all those stairs in the middle of the night. The renovation has all been done by a local builder, Charlie.
Why do you build me up?
He's not only done the layout and the wood restoration, he's also made the house structurally sound, watertight, and replastered many of the rooms.
He's just amazing. He's passionate about the building and he really cares, and he's got a great team around him. They're all the same, you know, they'll do whatever it takes.
And he certainly had to, as there were a few surprises lurking under those floorboards and behind those walls. First, there was a 40-foot well they uncovered. Mary Ann plans to tap into this natural resource to provide water for the whole house, including that new bathroom suite.
Wish me love, a wishing well, to kiss and tell, oh, wishing well, a bird for latte to sing.
Then they uncovered some very rare wood panelling that could date as far back as the 15th century. It's called feathered edge boarding because of the way the panels feather over the top of each other. It was originally the end wall of the manor's Great Hall. It's so unusual that the conservation officer had never seen such a fine example of it outside a stately home. The outside of the building has thrown up a few challenges too. Mary Ann wants her house to be sustainable and eco-friendly, so insulating the roof was her top priority, though that was a bit trickier than they first expected.
We knew the building had been re-roofed a while ago. In fact, I think there was scaffolding up outside for about 15 years or perhaps a bit less. So that was the one thing I didn't think I had to do. But having decided to go the conservation route, the only way we were going to be able to insulate the roof was to take the roof off. As we began to take the roof off, we realised that we were about 5,000 tiles short.
The floors have been ripped up throughout and insulated with breathable insulation. Mary Ann was never going to rush this project, but hopes to have all the finishing touches done soon.
This is my house I'm going to stay in for the rest of my life. It's just very special to be moving into something that it's a house at the top of the road that I've just always loved. And to be somewhere where I grew up is just very, very special to me, and I just can't really wait to move in, really.
Well, I'll never be a stranger and I'll never be alone. Wherever we're together, that's my home.